radio check. Okay, I'm sounding faint, you're sounding faint because I'm in Beslan. I'm in Beslan because there are 109s over Mosdock, and I've had one aircraft blown away before I could stand a chance of even starting it, so come in here and then I'll fly up to Mosdock. 9, radio check.
Yep, check.
Thank you. Oh, I took off from Beslan, so that's why I was very faint before.
Oh, I didn't hear you before.
Hang on. Okay, say again. I think I'll just go and say hello to Hawkeye. I'm not sure I remember Hawkeye. I think it's probably on the server before, but I don't remember that well. Hello, Alex. I was just saying hello to Hawkeye. What were the buzz?
Alex180. How's it going?
Not bad. I did spawn in Beslan because the first time I spawned in, I was sort of sitting there and got blown to bits by the 109s that were floating around the area before I could even start the engine. So I spawned in Beslan and had a pleasant flight up from south. I am, sir.
Alex 180.
She's a beauty. I've got no doubt about it. This is most definitely always my favourite aircraft. I'm always happy to fly
Alex
this.
180. Looks so nice.
It does. Let's do it again. I'll close in a bit. Nicely trimmed out. Look, I'm not touching the stick. She's flying quite nice. Is that a A20 just there? Oh, it's under. Okay, we won't shoot it under. I'm just enjoying flying about. So, as I've said before, Thomas, I've got the F-16 and it's obviously a far more powerful aircraft in various respects, but when you push the stick in one way or another, the F-16 says, hang on a minute, like the Spitfire just doesn't. And there's less fun in the F-16 because you don't even have to operate your own maps, it does it for you. So that's not for me. I don't really enjoy the jets. The A-10 is okay, that's a fun aircraft, but generally speaking the jets are not me. Okay, I'll take a chance on getting beaten up. We go for the BTRs down there, which will shoot back at me. Very often take out engine control. Taking some damage to the starboard wing. I'm trying not to touch the rudder pedals because that can immediately swing you into situations you don't want to be in. And I think even the manual says, you know, for the most part, you can take your feet off the rudder pedals and rest into one side.
warthog stick.
Yes, it is indeed a warthog stick, sir. Yes, it is. It's taken a little bit of a beating, I'm afraid, over the course of time. The stick is a fraction loose on the unit that plugs into the base part of the stick. Can sort it, I can pack it out a little bit.
Stage I 2023. That's what I use.
Oh, jolly good, you're aware then, but have you worn it out yet? I'm not sure which ones of those down there are containers and which are live BTRs. We'll find out when they try to shoot at me, I guess.
Stage I 2023. All watched videos about re-greasing it.
Yeah, you can grease it, but that won't prevent the wear or where the handle joins the shaft at the bottom, unfortunately. For me, it's just like where it's had quite a lot of work. It's done quite a lot of work. That one down there might be the last one.
Stage I 2023. Do they get through?
Hold on a sec, I'll be with you, hold on. I think that's all of them. I think that's mission accomplished. Right, what was that? Do they work? I've had mine a few years, so, and it's had quite a bashing, so I don't say quick, but just be aware of it. It's where the stick actually clamps onto the little shaft that sticks up from the knurled knob thing that twists it on. It's where it clamps onto there. It gets a bit of wear. It's on the actual housing of the stick itself. Okay, it's mission accomplished. I'm going to RTD, reload, maybe get repaired.
Roger, 14.
Only starboard. Yeah, copy.
Air appears to be clear for the moment.
2023.
Good, good.
What's the best grease to use?
I wouldn't know, sir. I've not gone down that route because you can grease and change the spring for a lighter spring so that it's not going to spring back. A real Spitfire, if you get in a Spitfire and you pause and you're sitting down, just sitting in the seat and pull the stick back and leave it, it will stay there. It won't spring back. It's only the airflow over those surfaces that causes it to return to its normal position. So making a weaker spring, or even removing the spring, makes that more accurate. But the trouble with that is that you can't. It can't respond to the air over the wing, so it will never return to normal as it would do in reality, simply due to airflow over the wing. Feet back on the rudder.
Stage I 2023. I prefer stronger spring but smooth action.
Yeah, well you can get stiction with this. Hang on, I'll talk about that in a minute. Do you know about stiction? Oh dear.
Stage
That's what I get for talking. I didn't put my gear down.
Not sure.
I'll get repaired while it's getting repaired because I didn't put my gear down because I was too busy talking. I'll talk about that. But let's just get first. I'll get repaired first. I'll get repair started.
Request repair. Copy. Request refueling.
Right, I'm getting repaired, getting rearmed. So stiction, yeah. What happens is below this knurled knob bit that holds the top of the stick to the base of the stick, you've got that ball joint, and that ball joint, apparently there's a seam. When it's made, there's a seam goes around it, but it's not really cleaned off properly. In manufacture, it doesn't really get cleaned off. So what I say is, undo all these screws, take all this out, pop out the spring, and then take this, get it so this ball joint here, in here, get it so that ball joint is accessible, and then you basically either take a fine file or emery paper, and you find that seam and you rub that seam down so it's perfectly smooth, because it's that caused the stiction. It's a mix between stick friction, I suppose. The seam causes a friction. So, and the way to test for it, I'll show you.
2023.
If you
yes.
So if you pull it right back and just very gently, look, I'm doing it with one finger, very gently let it come forward, and I'm very gently releasing it, but you watch, it suddenly pops forward, and that's what you call stiction. Yeah. So although I'm only releasing who's that? Could be Laxor. It could be Paul Guy getting his own back on me. Yeah, so that's what stiction is, and it's this ball joint. I can't let go to push the talk, so it's very difficult to do it and show you and tell you. But in there, that ball joint, it has that seam that you have to wear away, and then you put it all back together with the grease.
July 2023.
And in theory, you shouldn't need a strong
seems to
one.
return okay.
Do it as slowly as possible and see if it then suddenly jerks forward. If it doesn't, then you're good. Oh, someone just did too low a pass. Oh dear. Yeah. All right. I'll accept the apology. I'll accept the apology, Alex. I've done it. I've done it.
Alex 189. Sorry about that one. July 2023. Think mine has already been done.
It might have been, Steve, but what was it a brand new one or a used one, second-hand one? Because if it's second-hand, they may well have done it. Yeah. If not, I don't think they do it in the factory, so you might just be lucky.
July 2023. Second-hand but perfect condition.
Okay, well that might be it then. It could be that whoever had it before very quickly checked for stiction and then took it apart and gave that ball joint a rub over with some emery paper and cleaned it up and then put it back, and then as slow as you let it come back, it will do that. See that you see mine doing it. I'm not pushing it forward, I'm just gradually releasing the pressure, and then it jumps forward. Once that stiction is overcome by the spring, it jumps forward. So if you've not got that, that's great. I'll respawn. And I'll respawn in my normal vehicle, which is it's got my name on it. That's why I call it my normal vehicle. It's got on one side, only on one side, you can see it as Bill 1949 on the side of the aircraft. Let's jump out and I'll show you. Because I haven't asked to be armed, and I haven't had the livery changed because that's what I do when I get armed. I change the livery, and that's when my name pops up. So let's jump in. I'll ask for rearm. And when I do that, I change that to the standard RAF. And I'll just reduce the fuel because most of the time we don't need that much. So I'll now OK that. In fact, you'll probably if you was outside now, you'd see it's changed. But let's just OK that and jump out.
Request refueling.
So now you can see Bill BI, then the roundel L, then another L 1949. So this is my aircraft that Laxor set up for me, and of course it's still there, but it's all back to front. It's all mixed up on that side, but on this side at least it does look rather like Bill 1949.
Refueling complete.
Okay, anyone want me to talk through what I'm doing? I'll give it 15 seconds for a response. If no response, that's fine, I'll just carry on as normal. But I can talk through what I'm doing if anyone wants me to.
Stage I 2023. How much fuel can a Spit carry standard?
Rearming complete.
I don't actually know in gallons. I think it might be about 70 gallons. I'm really putting my finger in the air a little bit. I think the top tank is 40 and maybe the bottom tank is 30. And if I zoom in on that, you'll see that the bottom tank is full up. 30. Well, it says. Tail on the ground 37. Yeah, so it's 37 gallons in the bottom tank, I think, and that won't start running out until the top tank is used, and I think the top tank is 40 gallons. But don't quote me on that, look it up by all means. Okay, so I'm getting been rearmed. I've changed my livery to the RAF standard. So start up. Just check my comms just in case. 49 radio check. Perhaps no one's got their radios on. Alex might be feeling too embarrassed to talk to me at the moment, having just wrecked my aircraft by crashing his A10 into it on a nice low, ultra too low pass over me.
Stage I 2023. LOL.
Right, now trying not to do my usual and forget to do stuff. I'll start the aircraft, then I'll set the altimeter and do the trims. Right, now I've hit the bug. If you accidentally fluff your buttons, these start and booster buttons, which I just did, I think it's got a bug and it locks it out. So and it's now stuck. There's nothing I can do.
Stitch I
I'll have to
2023.
respawn.
A program
Yeah,
bug.
yeah, it's a program bug. What I did was I accidentally hit one of those buttons on its own. The which one would it be? That one, the booster. I hit the booster button briefly before pushing the starter button, and they should be the same, or either together or maybe starter first then booster, but I don't think that's going to help here. I'll try it. Actually, those buttons are reversed to what I expected. But it doesn't matter. Whatever happens.
Stitch I 2023. What's the booster do?
It increases the spark from magneto, so you get a good powerful spark from the magneto for kicking it all off. Or magnetos.
Stitch I 2023. Ah.
Right, I'm just going to respawn because that is a mix of faults. It's my fault for accidentally fluffing those buttons, and it's also a fault. It's a problem with the program. It shouldn't really do that. It shouldn't completely stop me from ever starting the aircraft, because once you get in this situation you can't do anything about it. You've got to respawn. Right, so I'll quickly go through that process again, and hopefully this time I'll get it right. First of all, brake on. Prop pitch fully fine. Stick throttle forward to bring up the gear light. Oh, and now because I feel as I've done it all, because I've done it very recently, I'm now forgetting to do things because I feel as I've done it. Well, I have done it, but I did it on the previous spawn. I haven't turned on my fuel pump. Now turned on, and I've got to open my fuel cock. Now open. So I'll do that again. I will prime it, but it might flame out a bit. I'm not sure if my previous prime will have registered a load of fuel or not. So we'll see what happens now when I fire it up. So I've got to bring the mixture lever back to its normal position first. What's going on? I wonder if this is an extension of the bug. Perhaps I need to choose a completely different aircraft. I don't know. I'll try it again. I'll just try it once more, then I'll try a completely different spit. Or a different aircraft. Doesn't have to be a spit. If someone wants to name a different aircraft, I might be able to accommodate. Right, Magnetos are on. Fuel is on. It's been primed. It should start. No, I think I think this is an extension of the earlier bug. I'll get a different aircraft. Perhaps I'll jump in an
Stage
A10.
2023. Sounds like no fuel.
Yeah, but the fuel is on, and it's certainly got fuel in the tanks. So I don't know. I've got a feeling it's an extension of that bug. So I'll get an A10 for now. This will also verify the settings that I've changed previously, like last week. First thing I'll do is get armed.
Stage 2023. Is this bug recent cause you flown Spit before?
No, it's not recent, but it is the first time I've fluffed my buttons for some time. So, but no, it's not recent. It's something that we've been aware of for a while. I don't know what we call it, the startup bug, where it's if you just fluff it in some way slightly, it's unforgiving in that sense. Right, I'm going to change my livery actually. I'm going to go with that one. I used to use the one, where is it? I used to use that one because I thought it referred to, because it's got England, I thought it referred to like English livery, but it's not apparently. I learned this last week. I can't remember who told me. It might have been even you. But this other one is the one that is of more significance. This one that I had chosen, I've now lost it. Oh damn it. Oh, it was Nellis. Yeah, that one. It's got the black and white squares on it.
Stage 2023. Pity there isn't an auto startup for Spit.
Rearming complete.
Stegi 2023. I have a 10 hot ass and throttle like you but haven't quite got to grips with a 10. In more at home with F16 at Mo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's what you're happy with, but this is not too difficult to get to grips with if I can do it, because I'm not jet techie minded. It's not the kind of thing I prefer, so therefore I don't like know too much about it, but I can do it, so yeah, anyone can do it really. It's only to me it's a pattern of switches to go round and that's it, and being aware that I'm watching for the APU to be up to 100%, which it is, so now I can start the port engine. Really feeling that. You might hear my seat buzzing as it winds up, because I've got a Sim Shaker 6 seat cover, so I get the vibes from it as I'm flying and putting gear up and
Stegi
putting flaps up and down.
2023. Cool.
Okay, that's going to get to 60%, and when it gets there I'll be happy to start the starboard engine. Frame rate taking a little bit of a bashing there because of that's undead, I'm guessing, in the vicinity in his Charlie 130. Right, okay, we're up to 60, let's start the starboard engine. Verify my
Stegi
loadout.
2023. The F16 and the 10 flight characteristics are so different.
Oh yeah, definitely. Is this something that's changed? The weapons off? I don't think I normally have to do anything there. It's not going to let me do anything. Is it because I'm sitting on my gear and my gear is preventing the weapons from being turned on as a safety feature when on the ground? I don't know. This might be a change.
Stegi 2023. DCS is so good at making feel different.
Yeah. Right, okay, both engines are up and running. I'll turn off my APUs. Okay, I think it should be ready on the nav now. Yes it is. INS nav ready. Click nav, and I'm going to click INS and alt align and fast. Don't know why I'm doing that. I've just seen somewhere that that's what you do, so that's what I'm doing. Right, get my pitch and yaw switches. Oh, something I haven't done is put my radio on. And I'll lock my throttles together now. Put it on to a 1, 2, 4. And do a radio check. 49 radio check.
Check.
Thank you.
The convoy is waylaid off distant west or far west. the MI8s that escort it are down. I can't remember what I was going to say.
Well, that's good news anyway. Put my not sure if I pulled the right button then, but anyway, yeah, that's good news. Thank you. I'll now
Yeah, all good.
put my nose wheel steering on and get the chocks out.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks.
Stig, I'm not sure. I can't remember all the conversations. I'm not sure if you use. They're removed. I can't remember all the conversations, but I've even forgotten what I was going to say now. Darn it! I've just done a laptop because he's just done exactly the same. Oh, that's really annoying. I don't even know what I was talking about. I'm busy looking at other things.
Stage I 2023. Will be good to watch this to learn something.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, you could jump in an A10 and join us here, and you know we could fly together and see if that helps. Is that any help?
Stage I 2023. I will watch for now.
Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. Right, the only light that's still on my checklist is EAC, and if that one eventually goes out, it should be once I can operate that. It's not staying. Can't remember what changes that. Right, I've now got to. I've done the nav, so let's do the EGI. And I think I'm ready to go. I'm just going to redo my ammo because I'm not happy with these red bits, so I'm just going to redo that.
Stage I 2023.
Right, I'm just going to do a flight with Undead in the 130 as a pilot.
Excellent, keep us posted. Excellent, keep us posted.
Mine yet, so I'll see what it's like.
I think it's engine auto control, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's EAC. You just see it there, EAC, and I think it's engine auto control. But I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm just like almost parroting stuff really. Right, I think I'm good to go. Throttles are locked.
Stage I 2023. Seems its flight stability.
Yeah. Or yeah. I'm not sure. But I thought that's what these were for, the trims. These 4 trim switches. Right, well anyway, I've got the chocks out. I've got armed. I can now move away, closing my canopy as I do so. So when we take off, if you're not already aware, I've currently got nose wheel steering turned on. Oh, something I just noticed that I haven't done. Oh, there's Undead and Laxor. I think they're both in that aircraft. Let's just stop for a minute. Do my arms. That's better. Now I'm seeing weaponry. So that's plenty of dumb rockets ready to go.
Stegi 2023. It's two different Butons on F-16 and a 10. It caught me out.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's roll. And I'm feeling these divisions here. It won't be totally in line with them, but I'm feeling those bumps on the gear as I go over them. I'm feeling that on my seat, on my sim shaker seat.
Stegi 2023. Cool.
I mean, it can never be perfect, but it's more immersive to have this. But I don't know if it's worth the money you pay for it. No, from the effect that you get. To be honest, there's been a few occasions where I forgot to turn on the power to the unit, and it's taken me a while to realise. So it's nice when you've got it. If you haven't got it, you can still carry on. But it's nice to feel the gear clunk back up into the wing roots.
Stegi 2023. Is it USB?
Yes, yeah. There's a if you're talking about the seat, there's a box. Yeah, there's like an electronic box that gets powered up, and then you get a USB from the box. You've got a power lead going into the box. Coming out of the box, you've got leads that connect to the seat. So my seat is connected by a cable to the box, and there's a separate cable that goes to USB, and that controls what's happening according to what the aircraft is telling the sim shaker software is happening. But of course it can only work for so far. You can never really simulate, even in a powerful, like expensive simulator. You can never simulate, like if you do a loop and you're permanently being pressed into your seat. You can't even simulate that on an actual simulator. But it's, you know, it's horses for courses, isn't it? I mean, this suits me well enough. Okay, so yeah, that's what I was going to do. Set my seat height.
Amazing what DCS can do.
Yeah, it is. I forgot to set my seat height. Hang on. That's it. Set it so that this is sort of in view, this sight here. And now I'm going to put my flaps down to the first mark, which once again I felt that buzz as the flaps went down. I felt that on the seat, and I'll feel it when the flaps come up. I'll feel it when the gear comes up. It's just that little bit more immersive. But whether it's, you know, really justified for the cost, I was in a situation where I could just do it, so I did it. But whether it, you know, really cuts it in terms of what you pay for what you get, I'm not sure. But it is nice. Okay, I'm gonna take off. Oh yeah, that's the thing I was going to say. The thing I forgot. I put nose wheel steering on. When I'm taking off, I'll watch my speed, and when it gets up to 70, I need to take the nose wheel steering off. It makes it quite twitchy, and by that time the rudder will have taken authority, because obviously up to about 70 miles an hour the airflow over the rudder is not going to do much, but as you get up over 70, then it means that the rudder will actually have an
July
effect.
2023. Good call.
Right, hold on. So the rockets we've got on board, before I go any further, is I've got about 84 dumb rockets, and they need to be, I need 84 because I'm not very good at them, and they're not guided. And the other, I've got 4, 2 on each wing, air to air, and they're quite nice to use. Let's put it onto satellite. That's better. Let's jump out. Oh, we've got 109s in the area. Geez, that's a bit of a nuisance, because I can't do much against the 109, not in that, so I'm going to just take off and get out of the way, I think. I'll let the others know. 49, be aware we have 109s in the vicinity of the runway. So I'm now going to throttle up with my brake on, take the brake off, and away we go, and then take the brake, nose wheel steering off at 70, hopefully. Brake off. As you can see, it's pretty twitchy. It's over 70, nose wheel steering is off. And that'll be a 109 going over the top of me. I'm not sure where I'm going to go to keep away from them. Rotate at about 145. Rotate. Gear up. Bring the flaps up. Got one on me 6 now.
2023. I set my weapons control to A but always miss the targets, so need to find out.
But if I can get far enough away, I can find those 109s and give them a missile. Except I've got one on my tail and he's shooting me to bits.
Pull up, pull up.
And nothing I can do. Nothing I can do. So when 109s are about, you do not want an A-10. At least not before takeoff. Maybe if they come in and you can see them from a distance, you might be able to line up on them, but I have no option for that. No opportunity.
July 2023. He got you quick.
Yeah, that's right. There's absolutely nothing I can do. I certainly can't out-turn him. I can't outrun him. So I'm a sitting duck for a 109. Maybe I'll jump in a spit again. Because now that I've completely changed aircraft, when I go back to my spit that I usually fly, it might be okay.
Was that AI?
Yeah, they're AI, but they're dangerous. They are dangerous. They're dangerous to my spit when I spawn in now, because they'll just take me out whilst I'm sitting there before I get a chance to take off. I'll give it a try and hopefully I can get out of the way before they come and get me. and I didn't get armed, so I've still got to wait.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
And I'm going to take off on this taxiway. I'm not going to try and get to a runway. Every chance they'll come back. But I've got to wait for them to tell me I'm rearmed, so I'll set me out and my trims.
Refueling complete.
Stage 2023. Maybe if you fire it up before arms like you did, you don't get the bug.
No, I mean normally we wouldn't normally to get armed. It's just that the way that Naxor's got the missions set up, we spawn in without any armament and we have to get armed because it depends on what we've got in the stores as to whether we can be armed. So occasionally someone has to go out
Rearming complete.
and pick up some containers and bring them back because the stores have run down. Okay. So once I'm airborne, I've set my trims to where they need to be for flight. And I've still got them near me. They have come back in. At least I stand some kind of chance if I can see them. But then his mate's on the tail. And there's no second chance. The best I can do is bail out if I'm high enough. Have you bailed out before in DCS, Stig?
Stage 2023. Only in F-16.
Oh, okay. And did you get to the ground or did you quit before you hit the ground? Spawn in again and hopefully they'll go away for a little while. See what happens this time.
Stage 2023. Depends how long it's going to take me to get to ground.
Yeah, me too when I do it, and it's mainly for the viewers. I mean, there's no real mileage in waiting. Uh, there's not really any benefit. It's only for the viewers to see, really. And again, didn't get armed. Let's get armed before I do anything else.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
July 2023. Remind me what gun a spit is.
Refueling complete.
Well, the 9C, this one. Hang on. The 9C has got two 20mm cannon and is it 2 or more 7.7s. I imagine it's 4. Hold on. Just got to get this rudder trim fully right. Yeah, so that's going to be 4 7.7s. You can see they're all still taped over, as the cannons. So 4 7.7s and 2 20mm. Right, have I done everything? Have I done everything? I think I have. Right, I'm going to move on to this taxiway and take off again from here.
July 2023. Are the wings canvas covered?
No, they're thin metal covering. The Hurricane was, you know, a lot of canvas, but no, these are. I think the tailplane of the earlier Spitz might have been canvas, but the wings, are, you know, will be a thin metal sheet. Right, hold on. Well, let's get my radio on just in case. At the moment, all I want to do is move away from those 109s to give myself some kind of chance. Close the canopy for a bit of less drag. So I want to get some distance and some altitude. Took it to stall speed there.
Can remember if these were 12 or 24 cylinder.
I think 12. Or it could be 24 with each pair going in, because when you look at the exhaust, you'll see there's 6 outlets on each side, but each outlet might be 2 cylinders. I can't be sure. Certainly no buff on this, believe me. And I just realised the aircraft that I've been looking at seem to be bombers, so I don't care about them. There's a bomber down there somewhere, just saw him, yeah, just coming into my court light window now. But I'm not going to go for him because I don't know where those 109s were. Okay, they're the ones to the north. That northwest bunch. The ones to the east are, they're passive, so I'm not worried about them. The ones to the north are Angel's 11 right now. But they're probably getting ready to head home. If I can chase them and get one, I will have got my own back a little bit, and that'll be good. We're a couple of thousand feet above me at the moment, and off to my level. Can't see him. So I'll see if I can tail them and take out the tail end Charlie maybe. I'm now at 12,000, so I'm at least above them. They're roughly in front of me. I'm a couple of thousand feet above them now. I'm now seeing dots. I'm seeing dots. I've got these. I don't know if they're visible to the viewer. But they're here. Depends on what the view is now, I guess. But they're not the lead. They're the leaders. There's one back there. And he's the one I'm going to concentrate on, unless there's one further back.
Stigi 2023. On the RPM does 20 refer to as 2000 RPM?
Yeah, that's right. And in theory, I should have brought mine back to 2,700, which I haven't done yet because I'm intent on chasing these guys. I can probably afford to bring it back a bit now.
July 2023. Have a visual.
I don't think I was able to hit him. The others might well gang up on me now. Try and stay a bit low so that he has less chance of seeing me in his rear view. I'm not even looking at my rear view at the moment. I should be, but if I do that, I'm going to completely lose this guy. It looks like the others aren't too close to me to worry about. But I'm not full black, it's really struggling to catch up if it's catching up at all. So I'm doing about 340 and he must be flat
July
out.
2023. What you chasing?
It's a 109, it's an AI, but it's a 109. So I'm doing what, 340, something like that. I'm barely pacing it. I can only hope he tries to turn so that I can then out-turn him. Oil temperature's creeping up. He's actually getting further away, I think. Or it could just be that I'm losing the wings section visually. he's going to run away. I need him to turn, give him a good hard turn so I can cut him off in the turn.
July 2023. Am Messerschmitt.
Yep, the 109. Again, I lost him in the turn. Just lost Viz. And now he's got the advantage of distance and speed. Shooting at me, I'm over enemy territory. Did I hit him? No. I suspect not. Ground units again, they'll probably take me out. Ducking and diving a bit. Pushing it too much, I'll have to lose back.
July 2023. Seems the Juno 210 engine produced 700 HP.
Yeah, maybe. All I know is he can outrun me. I'm useless when it comes to the turn. I look round and I can't find him. There he is. Trouble is, there's one somewhere on my 6 now.
July 2023. Early learnings produced 1020 HP will be upgraded to 2340 HP.
Yeah, well, this will be the later one, being the Mark 9. I'm sure that must have winged him, but he's got a mate as well now. So I've got 2 of them I've got to
July
look out for.
2023. New.
I mean, I've not done any real noticeable damage because there's no smoke. throwing punches in the dark now, really. And being shot at by ground units. Right, I'll try and wiggle my way back to base. Engine oil's hot.
Stage I 2023. Seems America could supply 100 octane fuel to boost performance.
Yeah, I don't know what we got though. I don't know what I've got here. Apart from me getting shot up by 109s on my 6. I'm moving in the wrong direction. I'll be very lucky to get back to base, I think. Two of them on my 6. If I can go over the airfield, our units might go for them. No, my engine's failed. And I'm getting shot to bits. No engine. I'm not going to try and land with gear. Okay, I got down without hitting a tree. That's got to be a plus. So, yeah, a failed mission, but could have been worse. I was able to walk away, and I had to land without an engine because the engine effectively cut. And I left my gear up intentionally because landing on grass with gear down on this wouldn't have worked at all. So, yeah, not a total loss, but not a success. I might take a quick comfort break. So, no successful engagement, but at least I got down in one piece even if I didn't get home. Well, I was in one piece, the airplane was a bit wrecked.
Stage I 2023. What head track you using?
This is Trek IR5 with the Pro Clip. Hold on a minute. I don't know how well you can see that, so that's the Pro Clip.
Stage I 2023. Ah, that's what 4 just got.
That's good, jolly good. And what I've done is I've screwed it onto the side of my hat because I don't use the headset as such. So I put a couple of screws from the inside of the cap through the plastic that and that holds it on the cap. Worked well.
Stage I 2023. Cool.
Hold on a minute, I'll see if I can show more of that. A screw there and another screw there, and they go through, actually through the plastic, and you'll see, hopefully you'll be able to see the screw sticking through the plastic. If I can angle it right, I can't see. Let's see, you might see the screw coming through.
Stage I 2023. Good idea.
And of course the other thing I did was bolt these two together, because for me it works best if they're fixed together. Partly because the combined weight of the two holds it more steady, because I tend to drag it around a lot. So the combined weight holds it more steady, and it's always in exactly the same place because of the brackets that I made. Right, what I'll do is I'll jump in a spit just for a change. And whilst I'm getting rearmed, etc., I'll nip off for a very, very quick comfort break. Do you use voice attack? I can't remember, Steg. You probably said, I've probably had this conversation before. Do you use voice attack? If not, I'd recommend it. The way I've got it set up is behaving quite well nowadays. So I almost never have to touch my keyboard.
Stage I 2023. What's it called again?
It's called voice attack, and you can get the free version, which obviously costs nothing. It gives you one profile, and that one profile can have 20 commands. Now that's actually plenty for my needs, well more than I need. But I actually bought the whole lot. I bought it, for me in UK it was £9. I guess what, 10 or 12 bucks out there. But I bought it, so I've got the whole lot. So that's unlimited profiles and unlimited commands. But I imagine for people that are doing shoot 'em up games and all sorts of other games, you could have a number of different profiles and perhaps loads of commands. But for me, it works fine. But say mainly it means I don't have to reach forward, reach round the stick and round the throttle to get to the keyboard.
Do you need a mic?
You do, sir. Yeah, because what I'm doing, the mic I'm speaking to you at the moment, the one I'm speaking on, hold on, is this one. Very cheap, very cheap. But the one that is receiving instructions for voice attack is the mic on one of my cameras. I've got two cameras sitting atop my monitor, and one of those I'm using the mic of that one to talk to, like push to talk to voice attack. So when I push my button it listens, when I release my button it stops listening, and in the meantime hopefully it's picked up the command. I mean, when I want this, if I just close that for a minute, if I cancel that, I'm just going to say the word bullets and it will pick that up as a command. Hold on. And it's programmed. I've told it when I say bullets to open up the menu and bring me through to this menu. Change that to that. Okay.
Stage I 2023. I have a
Request
headset
rearming.
with a mic. Could that be used?
I don't see why not. You tell it which mic you're going to use to talk to it, and it listens. And you can either have it so that it tries to be intelligent and only obey the commands that you want it to obey, or you can have it push to listen. I
Reviewing
have
complete.
push to listen, so that I don't have to worry about what I say when I'm talking to viewers. It only listens to me when I push that button. So I just push the button, I say the word bullets, and then it brings up that menu as you just saw.
Stage I 2023. Also, you can designate any mic.
Yeah, there's a drop down on the software that allows you to choose the mic that you want to use to listen to what you're saying.
Rearming complete.
Right, I've been rearmed and I still haven't been up to have my little comfort break. So bear with me a minute, Steg. I'm gonna just for my own, literally for my own comfort, I'm gonna. One of the things I've set it up to do is to stop tracking. When I tell it to, I just say the word track and it'll do the opposite of what it's doing. So if it's tracking, I'll say track. And now I'm moving my head, but it's stopped tracking. So if I say track again, it'll put that back on. And at the top on the left there, you've got the frame rate. I just say, I told it to send the right commands, which I believe is control pause, if I remember right. So it sends control pause when I say frames. I just say frames and it brings up that little menu at the top there, or that little display at the top that gives you my frame rate. So it's a useful little program. It really is. Okay, so when I next unpause my tracking,
Stage I
I'll be back.
2023.
Hang on.
Useful function of IR5 is the recenter if you change seating position.
Oh yeah, well I've programmed that again into voice attack. So if I take it off, if I re-allow tracking, hold on. Right, so I've re-allowed tracking, and if it's like that, if I'm looking straight at the screen and it's like that, I just say center, hold on, and it centers at that point. Oh, then Laxor's asking me if I've got a damaged radio, so hang on, let me just recenter. Right, so I've now recentered just by saying the word center. It's pushed the right button to center. So once again, I don't have to touch the keyboard for that. Hold on, let me. I need to turn my radio on and see if Laxor's receiving. Hold on. Yeah, Laxor, copy.
Yeah, 124 check.
Sorry, I just didn't think to turn my radio on because I was deep in conversation with Steg. We're talking about various things to do with DCS and to do with flying and Spitfires and track IR and all that stuff.
Ah, good.
I'm going to take a very quick comfort break and I'll be back. So for the sake of Steg, I'm going to pause my track IR, and when it starts moving again, you'll know I'm back.
Okay, I just want to check, what time are you rolling to tonight?
I don't know. What do you feel?
Don't know, I could go till 3 maybe.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with 3. Alright, well I'm going to take a very quick comfort break and I'll be back.
Alright, catch you in a bit.
Okay, so as you can see, I've just told the track end to turn on again via voice attack, and here we go. Right, I've been armed. It's just start up and go. What's the thing about up on the sky? Hold on. Okay, well at least there's no 109s. So with that in mind, oh hang on, oh yeah there are, but they're passive. These would be the passive ones that are always over to the east. With a lack of 109s, if you want, I would take something other than the Spitfire. I would want a Spitfire to deal with 109s. But if you want, I'll take an A10. So your choice, Steg, up to you. And I referred to bucks earlier on, but I was thinking American bucks, but I think I've got that wrong, haven't I? Or should I have been thinking Aussie bucks?
Stage I 2023. Sorry I went out of room when you did. Just come back.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I was just saying that I can take a Spit, or again, or because there's no 109s around, I could take an A10. So that can be your choice. And the other thing I was saying is that I was referring to the cost of how much it voice attack cost, and I referred to maybe 10 or 12 bucks, but I was thinking American bucks. I should have been thinking Aussie bucks, should I?
Stage I 2023. In UK.
Okay, so I completely got that wrong. So in the region of £9 was the cost of I wonder who it was that was in Oz then. Can't remember. I can't remember. It's too many for me to remember. Yeah, so in the region of £9 for the full version of voice attack. And I say I would recommend it now. I did get issues with it, and just occasionally I still do, where it sort of sulks. It goes into not listening to you mode. But the way to get over that is just stop it, restart it, and then it's normally okay. I'm not sure why that happens, but it's working better for me now anyway, much more reliably, and I just don't want to touch that keyboard.
Stage I 2023.
Voice attack and this stick.
That's like being married, lol. Stage I 2023.
Yeah.
Not listening.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So yeah, what about aircraft? Have you got a preference now for which aircraft? I'm not trying to push you in any direction, but I'm always happy to fly a Spit. But if you want me to fly the A10, I will.
Stage I 2023. Any swat, it's me.
Okay, well, rather than swap and change, I'll stick to what I've got, and I'm always happy to fly it. Are you from? If you're UK, I'm thinking. Am I remembering then that you're up north somewhere?
Stage I 2023. Halifax.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, now... Okay, well, I'll just go through... I mean, it should all start fine now. Shouldn't be a problem. I've got my radio on so I can speak to Lexor. I can ask him... I'll see if he's got any plans, and maybe I'll see if he wants assistance, a company. Lexor, copy.
That's the wrong button. Check.
Okay, I'm in a spit. I haven't got any particular plans. Have you got a plan of action that you might want me to join in, or what? Or are you still in the 130? I haven't looked.
For fuck's sake. We were in the 130 at the moment. We just brought in some extra fuel from our stock so that no one runs out. No specific plan. We were just looking at maybe waypoints and that sort of thing. But I can potentially hop out if you wanna do something specific.
No. I was just wondering. Well, in that case, I can either fly around and or just like accompany you guys wherever you go. But I'm not even started my engine yet, so I'll just keep an eye on the map and maybe catch up with you.
Yeah, I've got no idea where we are at the moment. Oh, we're to the north. Yeah, almost directly to the north.
Okay, no worries. I'll get started, and I can't even remember if I got rearmed. I think I did, but I lose the plot when I talk. I forget what I've done. So anyway, I'll check what I'm doing and get started, and maybe join you in a bit.
Okay.
Okay, brake on. Prop pitch fully fine. Stick forward to turn on the gear light. Yeah, I don't know if you use the software, the target software, Stag, but I did have these mapped, the magneto switches mapped to two switches at the back here, which is nice because I threw a switch and it threw a switch, which is nice, but you can't do that because DCS joins them together as but it calls it combined instead of like throttle and stick. It calls it combined, and some things don't get registered for some reason, so these switches didn't. So I had to tell it, when I throw these switches, do the right thing to turn these on. So that was via the software, and then since then, because of like all sorts of other things and having to reinstall DCS, blah, 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 they don't do that. But I don't mind that because you can see what I'm doing when I'm clicking on there, so that's no problem. And I don't have to get the mouse to do that in the air, because obviously I'm not going to be fiddling with magnetos when I'm flying, so it's no problem. So I still don't have to touch anything with mouse or keyboard generally. I mean, when I'm flying, when I'm coming into land, I have to look up there and grab this lever here, this strap, to open the canopy when I'm coming into land, in a Spitfire anyway. But most things I don't have to use mouse for. It's all done via voice attack or via what I've set up between these two. Right, I'm talking again. Right. Okay, I've got to put the fuel pump on and open the fuel cock. And that's that done. Put magnetos on, which they are prime. Oh, the other thing is, if you have, I can't remember if you've got the Spit. If you have got the Spit, I'd recommend the Echo 19 engine sound. It's better than the DCS sound, that's all. Crack the throttle. And get her going.
Stage I 2023. I did once have a magneto in my garage that was gear driven. Not sure what it was off.
Oh right. Now what have I done? What have I not done? What have I forgotten? Why is it doing this again? Magnetos are on. Fuel is out. Fuel cock is open. I primed it. Didn't I? I think I primed it. And it still didn't start again. But it after the bug it started okay. So what's happened now? What have I done wrong? Because I'm too busy talking. I don't know. I'll try it again. No, I
Stage I
don't know. I've done everything
2023.
right.
What happens if you carry on priming while trying to start?
Yeah, well that's the other thing I could try, but it shouldn't need that. I'm going through normal procedure, so I shouldn't need to do that. The fuel is on, the magnetos are on, I'm pushing both those buttons, and then I'm throwing forward, once it's turning over and starting to catch, I'm throwing forward the mixture lever there, and it should run. There's no reason why it shouldn't run. Maybe, yeah, I know they talk about that in manuals, you know, pump the primer until it's running right, but I shouldn't have to do that. There's something else going. I think this is the bug again. I'll jump out. I'll jump into the I'll jump into the A10. Hang on, check for 109 first. Okay, I'll jump in the A10. Or I could jump in a no, I'll jump in a Moz. I haven't thrown the Moz tonight, although my A10 flight was short and sweet because of being the target of 109s. I'll jump in a Moz. And the beauty of a Moz is you've got two Merlins. So how bad's that? Right, so first job, get armed. Once again, all done by voice attack.
Stage I 2023. 48 CYL.
Well, if it's I mean if it's 24 on each, yeah, it would be. But I actually don't know. I say I'm not a buff. I'm not a spit buff. I love spits, but I'm not a buff. I don't know all about them or the Merlin engine, but I just love flying them.
Request rearming. Copy.
Okay, so while they're doing that, I can do the necessary to get this started. Put the radio on. I'll do a quick radio check and let them know I'm in a Moz. Radio check.
Oh fuck's sake. Yep, check.
thank you. Change of plan. I'm in a Mosquito. For some reason, the Spitfire didn't start. I'm not sure if I've just been unlucky and got a second bug on that. I'm sure I did everything right, but we know that there can be a bug. So I'm in a Mos anyway, just to let you know.
Okay.
Right, I've either been rearmed or I'm being rearmed. No, I think I've been rearmed, so I'll get the primer. I'll ask them to. My command for this is just let run starter, and that's what they'll do. Hold on.
Run the starter. Copy.
Right, so now I can wind the engines up. I'm never sure which engine I'm supposed to start first. I used to think it was the starboard engine, then the port, and then for some reason I thought it was the port and then the starboard. I'm not sure now which one. I don't suppose it makes any odds the way they can. The most recent gave the impression that the first engine was on the starboard wing, so I'm going to start from the starboard wing.
Stage I 2023. 2 Gypsy 12 engines, so I guessing 24 CYL.
Gypsy 12? These are Merlins, surely. Oh no, actually, no. I thought they were, but I'm not sure now. If they're Gypsies, yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't mind. Yeah, that shows my ignorance, doesn't it? Right, right, engines are running. Let's get the other bits done. I'm probably just, if I'm wrong on that, I'm obviously just confusing myself with the length, which obviously had Merlin engines.
Stage I 2023. De Havilland.
Yeah, Diablo and Mosquito, yeah. Right, altimeter, trims. I'm going to set 3 trims on this, so I'm also going to set
Stage I
aileron trim.
2023. I search stuff on net.
Yeah, I figured. And now nose down. Yeah, I figured you were probably looking on the net. Right, and this, the Moz can be tricky for takeoff for when you don't know the tricks. One trick that Laxor pointed out for me was you keep the aircraft steady along a runway by using the brake and the rudder. Yeah, so you're using, because the way the brakes work on this is the same as a Spitfire. If I want to turn right, I'll push the right rudder pedal forward, and that would then cause any braking put on there from the brake to apply to the right wheel. So then that turns it to right. So you're constantly, like with a low brake setting, you're constantly using the rudder pedals to keep yourself straight. Once the nose comes down, so the tail is up, then you can ease the brake right off, and then you're flying, taking off as normal with the stick. Right, I'm going to make my guns ready, because I'll forget otherwise. And I must have forgotten something. I've done my trims, I've done my altimeter, my guns are ready, my rockets are ready.
Stage 2023. That's fly by cable, not fly by wire, LOL.
Yeah, this is certainly cable. There's a couple of cables down there to prove it. Okay. So once again you'll see me using that brake lever via this slider. One thing I didn't do was set my flaps. I will stop to do that because I need to look at the gauge. I'll get on the final taxiway and I'll stop and set my flaps. Right, let's set my flaps. I'll set them between 10 and 30. I think everything else is good. I could close the window, I suppose, so that I'm not getting too chilly.
Stage 2023. I wonder how the flap gauge operates.
Yeah, good question. Well, it could be a cable mechanism.
Almost looked hydraulic.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could be, but I mean, how it actually relates to the position of the flaps. Obviously, a cable would be a direct indication. Hydraulics would be a sort of a translation of something else. So we don't know. I'm going to go forward a fraction just to straighten up the tail wheel. Because otherwise that could slew me about a bit. So I think I'm ready to go. Okay. Brake fully off. I'll throttle up and then start using the brake and the rudder pedals to keep me Okay, brake is fully off. Rotate. Gear up. Flaps up. Okay, they're now south of the airfield. Actually, they're quite a long way south of the airfield. I think they're about either at Beslin or been to Beslin. So I'm gonna divert myself to look at the BTRs that are on the bridge and see about using some rockets on there. Pull back my prop hitch first. And pull my boost back to somewhere between below 8. So there's the railway line which leads up to that bridge, and that's where BTRs are stationed. Assuming they haven't been blown away. Seeing them. Oh, there's one. I'm just taking hits from the infantry down there. I think that was possibly the last of the BTRs. Someone's already had them. Not sure how many rockets I used then. I think I used half my rockets. Let's have a look. I'll show you. No, I've got just one more squeeze of the trigger. So I'm going to use that perhaps to go for the infantry that are down there. I don't know where they are, I mean I can't see them. Perhaps there aren't any because there's a BTR in the trees. That's probably what we're shooting at. I'm coming from the south. And then hope that I can see it. Couldn't see them. I'm coming from the north. Okay, I think I can see him right between those trees. Can't hit him. Couldn't show a kill, so clearly, no, I couldn't hit him. I'll go with guns. That was shooting in the dark, really. Couldn't see anything, I just thought I'd give it a go. Oh, wait a minute. Perhaps I have got it. Perhaps I did hit it before. No, there must have gone further over. I think they are all gone. We've got them. There's two left.
Stitch 2023. Now when you think of the difference in technology / engineering from then to now.
Oh, blimey, yeah, no comparison. Well, in these aircraft anyway. I mean, obviously you jump on those jets and you're talking modern, but they just don't do it for me. They don't hold the magic that these aircraft hold for me. Okay, we'll take a go at those, there's some trucks on the grass. We'll go beat them up, hopefully. No, they've scattered. Someone's already been beating them up.
July 2023. Good shot.
Yeah, I've got a couple down there. But those other dots down there are, they start off in a straight line, nice and easy, theoretically. Oh, I've got four. I've got, no, I can't see in the smoke, hold on. Yeah, I've got four on that last little round. because I know there's usually one closer to the bridge. So let's see if I can spot it. Because it's a bit dangerous. I think that got him. Yes, it did. Can't always tell which ones are still alive. Oh, that one obviously was because it's burned. You'll have to join us on here sometimes, Ted. Ideally in a warbird, from my point of view, but whatever you want, it's got everything.
July 2023. I will do at some point.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see you. What's the time? It's just gone 3, so I should RTV really. Yeah, I've just noticed the time it's flown by, if that's not too much of a pun. I'm RTV now.
Yeah, I suppose I should think about starting to do the same.
July 2023. Not learn how to set up communications /radios yet.
That's not too difficult. We can help you on that once again, because that's how we communicate now. We don't use Discord. We use the aircraft radios direct, and yeah, that's all right. We can help you out with that. Now the convoy are taking bits out of me. '49 final 08.
Oh, Roger.
Avoiding the wreckage.
July 2023. That's tricky.
Which what the damage, the debris. I was half aware that one of them was there, but there was actually two by the time it came to it.
Stage I 2023. The lack of visual for landing.
Yeah, there's a bit of a lack of visual, but I suppose that applies to most aircraft. When your tail comes down, and you're getting more to landing attitude, that applies to any aircraft. Really, you can't see the runway very well at that point. Actually, I better warn those guys when they come in. Lexor Undead, be aware there is debris at the north edge of the runway. So if you're coming in from the east, it's just beyond the rubber tyre marks. If you're coming in from the west, it's just beyond the rubber tyre marks. If you're coming in from the east, I imagine you'll be safely down and landed by the time you get to that point.
Roger that. Okay, thanks.
I'm currently sitting on the north edge of runway, engines running. See where they are. So they're becoming, it looks like they're probably coming in from the east, from the west. So they will need to be aware of that debris. And of course there'd be room in there if I suppose I could almost jump in now and enjoy the landing with them. If I don't know how much I'd see or what. Oh no, I can't because I don't own the 130 yet. I could only do that if I own that aircraft, and I don't own it yet. I'll give it a try when it comes up for trial, and then I'll see. Just as a point of fun, Steg,
Stage I 2023. Didn't know you could do
oh
that.
yeah, you can. I mean, I'm in the Mosquito at the moment, and I've had Laxor in the other seat, although you can't see him, he's invisible. I've had him in the other seat operating the radio, and he's using radio directional finding to guide me as to where to go to find someone that's on the ground asking for help. So that's good. On the 130, I think that can take 5 people, 5 crew. Yeah, as a bit of fun info, this button here that I'm pointing out, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's that slider button. Because you've got this stick, you'll understand. There's a slider. Now to land, to put my gear down, I push it forward, and a couple of years ago I rather stupidly lopped off the top of my left thumb. So the top joint of the left thumb. Table saw. They don't take prisoners, table saws. Anyway, so I did that, and it made me actually laugh, although it's a bit of a sad thing. I've come in and I've gone to put my gear down. I pushed my thumb forward and nothing happened because it was too short. It didn't reach the switch to push it forward. I don't know how well that shows the difference. Or maybe they'll come in from the west. They'll do a go around. Yeah, they're not certainly not lined up on the radio, so he's going to come around that way. There they are. Suppose we would jump out or find him on the map and follow him. Let's do that for a little while. Well, that'll be Undead flying it. I'm not sure what role Lapsaw is taking, but he's on board there as well. But I'm not sure if he's co-pilot. I think he might be co-pilot. That looks quite nice, Undead. Well done.
Thank you.
Be aware I'm to your forward starboard. Might as well follow him in. My port engine's had enough. And I've got no steering, I can't make it turn to the right. I've got full braking and full right rudder.
Stage I 2023. Did you turn it off or did it just stop?
No, it stopped, but it has suffered some damage. Look, just there and just there. But I can't turn to the right. I've got full right rudder and full brake, and it still won't do it. Try just going to the left.
Stage I 2023. Right engine is pushing left.
Right engine is actually steaming. It's probably because I've been sitting there all that time. Now it's swinging round to the left. I'm going to struggle to keep this on a straight path. I really am.
I don't know if you're in the process of switching off or whatever else, Bill, but I guess 3:30 as you were saying. And yeah, I'll start my sign off now. So I assume you're flying tomorrow.
Copy that. Yeah, I'll be up tomorrow night. See you then.
Yeah, I might do a little bit more in the 130 tomorrow, but I'll mostly be in the normal aircraft probably.
Yeah, copy that. Okay, well, good night to yourself. Good night to Undead if you're still on here, and catch you tomorrow.
Alright. And you take care.
Copy that. Can't do much because I can't actually steer the aircraft at the moment because of damage. So I'll just go back to the initial screen. Stand by for sign off. It's been good having you there, Steg, because you've been asking good questions and giving good information. So that's been good fun tonight.
Stage I 2023. It's been good.
Yeah, so I look forward genuinely. Yeah, look forward to you being in the server at some point. And if it's if you happen to be in a warbird, maybe I can help to ease the awkwardness that you might feel on some of the warbirds, because they do have their quirks, some of them, the tail draggers. But yeah, if you get the opportunity to join us, it's great. There's no competition. It's all helpful. Be more than happy to help. If you had any trouble getting in the area in an aircraft, well, warbird anyway, I'd be happy to help. I mean, the mosquito. Do you have the mosquito?
Stage I 2023. Only have a 10 F-16 or 64.
Okay, well, you could probably get one of the others on a trial if you wanted to, just for fun, to, you know, one of the warbirds, to get some help on it, either the Mosquito Spitfire or one of the American jobs. Yeah, I'd be happy to give a bit of assistance there if you want to try it, because if you don't normally do the warbirds, you probably don't realise just how nice they can be. It depends on what you're after, of course, but yeah, I'd highly recommend them, but I don't need to say that, you know. You know that I recommend them.
Stage I 2023. We'll look into it.
Yeah, have a little look, see what ones are available, and be more than happy to help with anything that I've got that I can help you with. I mean, having said that, I've got to be a little bit careful, because having reinstalled DCS, I might find that I've got issues with some of the other, like, the warbirds that I haven't really flown since the update. So I might say any of the warbirds, and I'll jump in a P-47 and find that I've lost all my mappings, and I have to start again with the mappings. But certainly the Spitfire, the Mosquito, and the A-10, those ones I know I'm good with. When I say I'm good with, I mean they work for me.
Stage I 2023. Would probably start with Spit. On old types.
Yeah, and the Spit is the one I'd love it to try, and I can. There are some. I'll be totally honest. When I was first trying the Spit, there came a point where I thought, "Am I ever going to be able to fly this? Take this off and fly it?" But then, once you get a few tricks under the button, they're okay. They really are, and then you can just fly them as normal. I mean, things like with the Spitfire, the way it works, the way it taxis, things like that is quite different. You have to use the brake and the rudder for taxiing, and on takeoff, as you may would have noticed, when I take off, I give it full stick back, full right aileron, and then gradually that comes forward as I take off, and it's coming forward virtually at the same speed as I'm throttling up. Yeah, so you like that. When you get to that position, the nose has dropped, the tail is up, and then you're probably doing about 80 miles an hour. Just a little pull back on the stick like that, get the gear up. That will probably cause the aircraft to drop a bit, so you got to counter that a little bit. There's a few little tricks that I didn't know, and it took me a long time because I didn't know. Once you know them, those things, it all slots into place much quicker. So if you fancy the spit, I'd be more than happy to point a few things out for you.
Stage I 2023. Would be good to try, but just shows how easy the F-16 is to fly.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, for me, the F-16 is like, sounds silly. If I was in a real combat situation, no doubt I'd want an F-16 because I'd want to survive. But in this case, where you're flying for the pure joy of it and the fun, I'll definitely go for the Spit because the F-16 does a lot of does various things for you. As we've said, it brings the flaps up for you. It does it all by itself. That's, to me, that's just takes all the fun out of it. Um, there's not much in the way of visual moving parts, whereas on the Spitfire you got that great big fan at the front, so you can see things moving. It's that they've got something about them that the jet aircraft can't have, can never have. But obviously the jet aircraft have got other advantages if you're talking about surviving and winning, but I'm not too much worried about that. I just enjoy the flying. But yeah, so yeah, grab it, see if you can get a Spit on trial. I don't know if they're always on trial for anyone that hasn't got one or what, but if you can get a Spit on trial, do that, and we'll see how quickly we can get you airborne.
Stage I 2023. When will the next DCS sales be?
Next sales, I don't know, but you are definitely wise to hang on for the sales to buy, because obviously that's definitely a significant saving. But I think I mean, on trial, you don't have to wait for a sale or anything. They might be on trial now. In fact, I could even just jump into the DCS e-shop and see if they are currently on trial. Hold on. Right, the Mosquito is currently on trial. Still looking. Yes, the Spitfire is currently on trial, so you could grab one of those tomorrow night if you want. And obviously there's some setting up to do. Um, so, but the thing is, once you set it up, and if you save those settings, if you do buy it, you're sort of ready to go next time. But yeah, the Spit is on trial currently. You'll be able to grab that and give it a try tomorrow night if you wanted to. I don't want to bludgeon you into it. I do. No, I don't. Not really.
Stage I 2023. How long does trial last?
A couple of weeks. So you'll have a couple of weeks where you can just try it any old time during that time, and then if you needed to, I think there is a grace period, but I can't remember. It might be 6 months. After 6 months, you can trial it again for free. So it's not costing you anything. You can just try it, and then 6 months later you could try it again, or if you like it, you could buy it. Now the Spitfire is currently $50. So what's that over here? That's 40, something like that. I don't know. I really can't remember the exchange rate, but 30 or 40 quid.
Stage I 2023. I bet they have a sale around Christmas.
They may well do. Yeah, they may well do. If you want to just jump straight in and buy it, then that's a brilliant idea as far as I'm concerned. You can't go wrong buying a Spit as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, maybe they'll have a sale, but I don't know.
Stage I 2023. It's all got to learn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Hang on. When was every 6 to 10 weeks it says. But that's no help. That was 5 months ago. So hang on. There's a summer sale. Surely there must be a Christmas sale. Oh no, I can't immediately tell when the next sale is. Very basically, from what I'm seeing here, it's spring, summer, autumn and winter. Okay, now looking back at a previous sale, autumn sale, it says, so 22nd of November, okay, 22nd of November it started, and then it went through to the 9th of December. So if things are roughly similar, then you could say in a week's time there might be a sale that goes through to somewhere after mid-December. No, not after mid-December, sorry, before, to the 9th of December. The other thing to bear in mind is when you're flying, I mean, at the moment, when we speak, you're hearing me about 13 seconds later, and then when you reply, that's another delay. When we speak in DCS on radio, there is no delay. It's absolutely instant. So that's another thing to bear in mind with getting the radio up and running, which isn't too difficult. Do you usually run the target software, Steg? I know some people don't. I do because for various reasons that I've actually forgotten. But for various reasons, it suits me best to run it on the target software. So do you run that?
Stage I 2023. Not got that. Restream.io.
Oh,
Trophy
okay. Well, if you've not
congratulations.
got it, then
You've received 100
that's not an
messages
issue,
today with
I
Restream
don't
chat.
think. As long as you can just make it understand what you want. When you, I know you don't run the software. Yeah, when you run the software, it tells you that it's putting the two things together, and I can't remember why. I actually literally can't remember why, but for some reason it's to do with communications. I think for me, it's best if I run the software, because otherwise there are certain things that can't work for me, and I can't remember what they are because it was a while back. But for me, I run the target software, and it that works best for me. But maybe maybe it's not best for you, and there's certainly got to be ways around it. So okay, Stig, I think probably we're done here for the night, unless you've got anything else you need to ask or say. So I'm thinking that very soon I'll be closing the stream, and in theory turning in, which it doesn't usually happen that way, but in theory I should turn in straight away. I'll try. I probably won't make it, but so yeah, so in theory I'm quitting very soon, so I'll leave it up to you now, just to let me know that whether you've got any other queries or whatever.
Stage I 2023. I will get some sleep and thanks again.
Yeah, that's a very good idea, and that's what I should do. Okay, Stig, maybe catch you tomorrow night, and hopefully you'll have that spit on trial, eh? Might do. Be good.
Stage I 2023. LOL.
Okay, cheers, mate. Closing the stream now. Good night, sir. Good night.
Stage I 2023.